Good morning, students. In the previous video, we have completed up to third problem in 1.2. Now we are going to solve the remaining problems. Now fourth one, 1.2, fourth problem. Find two irrational numbers between 0.7 and 0.77. Find two irrational numbers between 0.7 and 0.77. So 0.7 means 0.70, 0.77, between 0.70 and 0.77 you are required to find two irrational numbers. So we can take 0.73, which lies between 0.70 and 0.77, and this can be written as 0.734, 7345, 73456 and so on, which lies between 0.7 and 0.77 and which is a non-terminating, non-repeating decimal called irrational number. Now the second one, 0.75, 755, 7555, 745 and so on. 0.75, 755, 7555, 75555 and so on. It is also a non-terminating repeating decimal which lies between 0.7 and 0.77. So we got two irrational numbers that lie between 0.7 and 0.77. You can write many more irrational numbers other than these two between 0.7 and 0.77. Now, fifth problem. Find the value of root 3, root 5 up to 3 decimal places. So in the previous video, we found the value of root 5 up to 3 decimal places, and now the sixth one. Find the value of root 7. What is which one? Find. Fifth one is what? Find value of root 5 up to 3 decimal places. Already we have completed that in the previous video. Now, sixth one. Find the value of root 7 up to 6 decimal places by long division method. Find the value of root 7 up to 6 decimal places by what? Long division method. So I already sent first chapter and both of the problems given in the first chapter. Now, how do you find the value of root 7? By using division method. 7.0000000000 and so on. We need up to 6 decimal places. Take a number whose square is less than or equal to 7 but nearer to 7. 1 ones, 1. 2 twos, 4. 3 threes, 9. 4 fours, 16. So 2 twos, 4. 7 minus 4, 3. To point here, bring down the group of zeros, next group of zeros, 0, 0. Double these 2, 4. Write a digit here such that this divisor multiplied by the digit should be less than or equal to 300. Suppose if you take 6 here, 46, 6, 36, 276. Suppose you take 47 sevens, 7 sevens 49, 32. So 46, 6, we write 6 here and write 6, 6, 6, 36, 6 4 24 plus 3 27. Subtract 24. Bring down the next group of zeros. Double this 26, 52. Suppose if you write 5 here, see what happens. 5 5 is 25, 5 2 is 10 plus 2 12, 5 5 is 25 plus 1 26, which is more than 2400. We write 4 4 4 4 is 24, 4 4 16, 4 4 16, 4 2 is 8 plus 1 9, 4 5 4 4 16, 4 2 is 8 plus 1 9, 4 5 is 20, 304. Now bring down the next group of zeros. Double this 264. 2 4 is 8, 2 6 12, 5. 2 2 is 4 plus 1 5. Now 5. 5 5 is 25. 5 8 is 40 plus 2 42. 5 2 is 10 plus 4 14. 5 5 is 25 plus 1 26. Now subtract 10 minus 5 5, 7, 13 minus 4 9, 9 minus 6 3. Yes, next bring down the next zeros, group of zeros. Now again double this one. 2 5 is 10, 2 4 is 8 plus 1 9, 2 6 12, 2 2 is 4 plus 1 5. Now you write 6 or try to write 7. 5 2 9 0 7 into 7. 7 7 49, 7 9 63, 7 2 is 14 plus 6 20, 7 5 35 plus 2 37. 7 7 is 49, 7 0 0 plus 4 4, 7 9 is 63, 7 2 is 14 plus 6 20, 7 5 37, 3 7 0 3 5 9, 3 4 9, 3 7 0 3 4 9. Subtract 10 minus 9 1, 9 minus 4 5, 4 minus 3 1, 7 minus 0 7, 9 minus 7 2. Again bring down the next zeros. Now double this one. See, 2 7 is 14, 2 5 is 10 plus 1 11, 2 4 is 8 plus 1 9, 2 26 52. Now you take 5. If you write 5 here, 5 2 9 1 4 5 into 5. 5 5 is 25. 5 4 20 plus 2 22. 5 1 5 plus 2 is 7. 5 9 is 45. 5 2 is 10 plus 2 14. 26. 2 6 4 5 7 2 5. 2 6 4 5 7 2 5. 2 6 4 5 7 2 5. Subtract. Like that we have to, so here we have completed up to 5 decimal places. If you go on continuing the process, it gets up to 6 decimal places. Try to find the value of root 7 up to 6 decimal places. So I have completed up to 5 decimal places, and you try to complete the next one also. Yes. Now, 7th one, locate root 10 on the number line. So in the next session, I am going to represent irrational numbers on the number line. Now, 8th one, find at least 2 irrational numbers between 2 and 3. 8th one, find at least two irrational numbers between 2 and 3. So we know that irrational number between 2 and 3 can be obtained by using the formula root AB. If A and B are two numbers, then the irrational number between 2 A and B equal to root AB. That is one of the methods. Or 2 can be written as 2.0 and 3 can be written as 3.0. Between 2 and 3 we can frame irrational number. What? 2.12, 122, 1222 and so on. Like that you can frame irrational number. But I am going to tell another method. See? We know that 2 can be written as root 4. Yes? 2 can be written as root 4. 3 can be written as root 9. The value of root 4 equal to 2 and the value of root 9 equal to 3. Finding the irrational number between 2 and 3 is nothing but finding the irrational number between root 4 and root 9. So, irrational numbers between 2 and 3 is equal to irrational numbers between root 4 and root 9. So, between root 4 and root 9, we have root 5, root 6, root 7. You can take any two out of the same. So, root 5 and root 6 are irrational numbers between 2 and 3. Now, ninth one. State whether the following statements are true or false. Justify your answer. State whether the following statements are true or false. Justify your answer. Every irrational number is a real number. What? Every irrational number is a real number. True or false? What is meant by real number? The combination of rational and irrational is called real number. So every irrational number is said to be a real number. Yes, which is true. What? The combination of rational and irrational put together called real number. Therefore, every irrational number can be called a real number. Next one, root 2, root 3, root 5 and so on. These are all nothing but irrational and they are also called real numbers. Every rational number is a real number. Second one, every rational number is a real number. Yes, rational numbers are said to be real number and irrational numbers are also called real number. So every rational number is a real number, is a true statement. Every real number need not be a rational number. Every real number need not be a rational number. Check whether every real number is a rational number. Real number is what? Combination of rational and irrational. Is root 2 a real number? Yes. But can we say that root 2 is a rational number? No. So, there are some real numbers which are not rational. So, every real number need not be a rational number. Yes, it is true. It may be irrational. Fourth one. Root n is not irrational if n is a perfect square. Root n is not irrational if n is a perfect square. So what is our definition? if n is a perfect square, root n is not an irrational. N equal to 9. Is n 9 a perfect square? Yes. Then root n, that is root 9, is what? 3. What is that 3 called? Rational or irrational? Rational. That means it is not a irrational. So if n is a perfect square, root n is not an irrational number, which is true. If n is a perfect square, you take n equal to 9, root n, root 9 value equal to what? 3. That is rational number. Rational means which is not irrational. Which is not irrational. Now, fifth one. Root n is irrational if n is not a perfect square. Root n is irrational if n is not a perfect square. Root n is irrational if n is not a perfect square. If n is not a perfect square, root n is irrational. See, take a number n which is not a perfect square. Let n equal to 7. 7 is not a perfect square. Then root n means root 7. Irrational or rational? Irrational. So this statement is a true one. Root n is irrational if n is not a perfect square. If n is not a perfect square, then root n is irrational, which is also a true one. And the last one is all real numbers are irrational. What? Last one. All real numbers are irrational. No. There are some real numbers which are not irrational. What are they? Rational. But here what is given? All real numbers are irrational. See, we know that real numbers is the combination of rational and irrational. So 1, 2 by 3, minus 7, root 2, root 3, root 2, root 7, 1.12, 122, 122, and so on. These are all the combination of rational and irrational called real numbers. So here what is given? All real numbers are irrational. No, there are some real numbers which are not irrational. They are called what? Rational. So this statement is a false one because all real numbers are irrational is a false one because there are some real numbers which are not irrational. That is rational. So representation of irrational numbers on the number line. We know how to represent a rational number on the number line. Now we are going to learn how to represent an irrational number, that is root 2, root 5, root 10, root 3, and so on the number line. So before going to that, first of all, we have to know an important concept related to right angle triangle. See, consider a right angle triangle ABC in which angle B equal to 90. What? Let ABC be a triangle in which angle B equal to 90, then what do you call the triangle? Right angle triangle. In a triangle, if an angle is 90, it is called right angle triangle. Now, the side opposite to right angle. Here, what is the side opposite to right angle here? AC. This AC is called hypotenuse. What do you call that one? Hypotenuse. The side opposite to right in an equilateral triangle, three sides are equal. AB equal to BC equal to AC. If it is a triangle ABC. In an isosceles triangle, any two sides are equal. In a scalar triangle, no two sides are equal. Whereas in a right angle triangle, there is a relation with respect to these three sides. So it is a side and it is also a side and it is also a side, but we can call it as what? Hypotenuse. The relation with respect to these three sides is square of the hypotenuse is equal to sum of the squares of the other two sides. What? In a right angle triangle, the square of the hypotenuse is equal to sum of the squares of the other two sides. So this statement, and it is called Pythagoras theorem. So we will learn the same thing in 10th class. So it is called Pythagoras theorem. What is Pythagoras theorem? So in a right angle triangle, the square of the hypotenuse is equal to sum of the squares of the other two sides. The square of the hypotenuse is equal to sum of the squares of the other two sides. Now, suppose if the length of this AB is 3 cm and BC is 4 cm, you can find the length of the hypotenuse by using this relation formula. What is that? 3 square plus 4 square, 9 plus 16, 25. So hypotenuse square, what is hypotenuse here? AC square is equal to 25. AC equal to, so finding the square root on both sides, root of AC square equal to root 25. What is root of AC square? AC is equal to root 25. What is the value of root 25? 5. So now the length of AC equal to 5 inches. So when AB equal to 3, BC equal to 4, you can find AC by using the formula AC square equal to AB square plus BC square. That is square of the hypotenuse equal to sum of the squares of the other two sides. Now I will take one more example here. Say I take AB equal to 1 unit. At B, I construct 90 degrees angle. Taking B as center and the same length of AB, that is 1 unit, I draw an arc to intersect this ray at C. What is the length of this one? 1 unit only. Join AC. What is this triangle called? Right angle triangle, because the measure of angle B equal to what here? 90. Now can you find the length of AC? To find the length of AC, we have to use the Pythagoras theorem. What is that? Square of the hypotenuse. What is the hypotenuse here? AC. Square of the hypotenuse, that is AC square, is equal to sum of the squares of the other two sides, AB square plus BC square. That is the relation with respect to the sides AC, AB, BC. Hypotenuse and other two sides. So 1 square plus 1 square, 1 plus 1, 2. AC square equal to 2. Finding the square root on both sides. Root AC square equal to root 2. What is the value of root AC square? AC only. AC equal to root 2. That means the length of AC equal to root 2 units. Root 2 units. Another value of root 2 is a non-terminating, non-recurring decimal. But the length of AC equal to what here? Root 2 units. So I take one more. Now let AB be 2 units. AB equal to 2 units. At B I constructed 90 degrees angle. Now taking B as radius and taking 1 unit, taking B as center and taking 1 unit as radius, I draw an arc to cut this BX ray at C. Join the AC. So we got a right angle triangle here, in which the length of AB equal to what? 2 units. and the length of BC equal to what? 1 unit. Can you find the length of AC? Find AC square equal to AB square plus BC square. 2 square plus 1 square. 4 plus 1, 5. AC square equal to 5. AC equal to root 5. Therefore, the length of AC equal to what? Root 5 units. Now, go to page number 11. Represent root 2 on the number line. So, what is the root 2 called? Irrational number. How do you represent root 2 on number line? Now, I am going to show. Say, draw a number line, mark it as 0, 1, 2, 3 and so on. At equal distances mark points and represent them as 0, 1, 2, 3 and so on. Now we represent this 0 as, we denote this 0 with the letter O and we denote this number 1 with the letter A. At A, I draw AX ray which is perpendicular to this number line. I draw AX ray which is perpendicular to OA. See, by using protractor, I draw AX ray which is perpendicular to OA. So, what is the value of this angle? 90. Taking A as center and radius OA, what is the length of OA here? 1 unit. It is 1 unit. So, taking A as center and radius OA, I draw an arc to intersect AX ray at B and I join OB. Here, first you see, these two can be written as 1 square plus 1 square. Can we write the 2 as the sum of the squares of two numbers? Can we write the 2 as the sum of the squares of two numbers? 1 square plus 1 square. 1 square 1, 1 square 1. 1 plus 1 gives what? 2. So now OA equal to 1 unit. Now drawn AX perpendicular to OA. So the measure of this angle is 90. Taking A as center and radius OA, drawn an arc to intersect AX ray at B. Join OB. Taking O as center and OB as radius, you know how to draw circles. Taking O as center and radius OB, drawn an arc to intersect the number line at P. So if you go on continuing the draw this arc, you will get a circle. In that circle, OB and OP are called what? Radii. In a circle, all radii are equal as the length of OB. So first of all, find the length of OB. So now OB square, by using Pythagoras theorem, we get OB square equal to OA square plus AB square. That is 1 square plus 1 square. 1 plus 1, 2. OB equal to root 2. So OB equal to root 2. Taking O as center and OB radius, drawn an arc to intersect the number line at P. Now here, if you go on continuing this arc, you will get a circle in which OB and OP are radii. So in a circle, all radii are equal. As OB equal to root 2, as the length of OB equal to root 2 units, the length of OP also root 2 units. That means P represent root 2 on the number line. P represent root 2 on the number line. That's why. So like that we draw or we mark or we represent root 2 on the number line. Now see, first of all, can we write these two as the sum of the squares of two numbers? 1 square plus 1 square. Now draw a number line. So mark the points at equal distances. So and number them as 0, 1, 2, 3 and so on. So represent this 0, denote this 0 by A, O, and denote this 1 by A. Drawn AX ray perpendicular to OA, taking A as center and radius OA, drawn an arc to intersect AX ray at B, join OB. Now the length of AB equal to 1 unit and the length of OA equal to 1 unit. By using Pythagoras theorem, we get OB square equal to OA square plus AB square, 1 square plus 1 square, 1 plus 1, 2, OB equal to root 2. Now, as OB equal to root 2, taking O as center and OB radius, drawn an arc to intersect this number line at P. Here, OB and OP are nothing but radii in the circle. And we know that all radii in the circle are equal, therefore OB equal to OP. What is the length of OB? Root 2. Therefore, the length of OP also root 2. So, P represents root 2 on the number line. So in page number 12, we have one problem under try this. Represent root 5 and minus root 5 on the number line. Now draw an integer number line. Mark number 0, 1, 2, 3. Here minus 1, minus 2, minus 3. Now denote this 0 by O and 2 by A. Denote the 0 with A, O and 2 with A. Drawn AX ray by using protractor such that OA is perpendicular to AX ray. Now taking A as center with and radius 1 unit, draw an arc to intersect AX ray at B. Join OB. Now here OA equal to 2 units, AB equal to 1 unit. Can you find the measure of OB? So OB square equal to OA square plus AB square. 2 square plus 1 square. 4 plus 1. That is equal to 5. So OB equal to what? Root 5. Therefore the length of OB equal to root 5 units. Now taking O as center and OB radius drawn an arc to intersect the number line at P. Here OB length is root 5, but OB equal to OP because they are radii in a circle. Therefore the length of OP is also root 5. So we represent root 5 on the number line. But how do we represent minus root 5 on the number line? Taking O as center and the radius OB, draw an arc to intersect the number line to the left side of 0 at Q. Here this Q represents minus root 5 on the number line. Now in Point 2, we have one more problem here. Represent Seventh one. Locate root 10 on the number line. 1.2. Seventh one. Locate root 10 on the number line. See whether 10 can be written as sum of the squares of two numbers or not. 3 square plus 1 square. 10 can be written as 3 square plus 1 square. Now draw a number line first. Mod point 0, 1, 2, 3, 4 and so on. Now denote this 0 as O and this 3 as A. Now what is the length of OA? How many units? 3 units. Drawn AX ray by using protractor perpendicular to OA. Drawn AX ray perpendicular to OA. Now taking A as center and radius 1 unit. Radius 1 unit. Draw an arc to intersect AX ray at B. Join AB. OB. Join OB. Now what is the length of AB? 1 unit. What is the length of OA? 3 units. Then you find the length of OB. Apply Pythagoras theorem. Square of the hypotenuse, that is OB square equal to sum of the squares of the other two sides. OA square plus AB square. 3 square plus 1 square. 9 plus 1, 10. So OB equal to root 10. Therefore the length of OB equal to what? Root 10 units. Now taking O as center and OB radius, draw an arc which intersect the number 9 at P. Here we know that OB equal to root 10 because they are radii in a circle. So if you go on continuing this arc, you will get a circle. And what we call this OB and OP, they are nothing but the radii. In a circle, all radii are equal. So length of OB equal to root 10 unit. Length of OP also root 10 unit. That means P represent root 10 on the number line. So far we have studied how to represent root 2, root 5, root 10 on the number line, and you have one more example in the same, how to represent root 3 on the number line also. So we will learn the same thing in the next class.